Hey you folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4! We are playing on Elite difficulty. We are Communist Italy. Because, I guess. Well, it's been a couple of days since I recorded, so I was going to do a recap here. Partially for you guys, but in large part for me, to be honest, so I can keep track of where we are. We've recently completed the conquest of the, sort of, most of Africa, anyway. We got Portuguese bits, which are neutral, which we don't have to worry about. France still has Madagascar over here, which means some shipping stuff and whatnot could still be a thing. But the big thing of it, partially we did this, and at the start I was mostly talking about, you know, acquiring a little bit of rubber for some production. But a big part of it was really to free up the Soviet Union troops, which a lot have been positioned down here, so they can go and maybe focus on pushing back against Japan. So fingers crossed that they'll be able to make some progress there. We also declared war at Denmark at some point, just so that we can get a base, a naval base closer to Canada, to perhaps prep for an invasion. Mostly we're building up there. Our manpower's crewing back up. Now, we, at some point, I did go and, like, mash up our armies to free up some manpower desperately needed for the short operation, which means we're gonna have to retrain some divisions here. But I think that's fine. Most of it was like garrisons didn't have any training anyway, so who cares about them? But there were some other real units, too, which I would like to build up. We are starting to work on our armor divisions. Look, we have enough equipment for this. If I do a run like this, how many units can we build and still have quite a lot? Okay, but we're also going to want some motorized, right? Let me throw a bunch of these in. Okay, let me pull back a little here. There we go. So what are you short on? Actual mechanized. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim that back like that. I suspect we may want this to keep going forever. We need, I was going to suggest, there is a limit to how many true tank divisions that we're going to need at any point in the game. Just because, you know, these are not good for defense, and you're only usually pushing forward in a certain area. Kind of like a full, so it's 12 over here. A full army of tanks would be pretty easy to manage. Maybe that's what we'll do. We'll train 12 divisions, enabling us to have a full army of armor. And then we'll keep training up the mechanized to have a bit of a defensive line. I'm also going to go and train some more military police here. Like, a lot. Because there's still, even though we're going to piece out some people, there's still going to need to be a lot of anti-rebellion stuff. And, yeah, that's pretty annoying how much stuff we've got going on. So what we're going to do is do that. There you go. So you'll join this main garrison. So this one over here, if I were to go and check, yeah, right now I would want 122 divisions to make sure there's no unrest. I'm going to add this over here, but yeah, no change in the number of divisions required. Because they're only, because all they've got is the resistance here, that is the only place they're babysitting. We could also do, we could stretch this out in Africa, but I mean, what's the point? We don't have enough units as is to cover everything. And even with where there are units, we're getting still some unrest. Like, we've got some units in Belgium here. But, of course, you can't keep down the spirit of the Belgian people. They are the scariest people in this game. So, I'll keep going. Let's unpause for a scooch over here. We have various naval battles going on. I should recheck the situation here. So, we've got convoy escort protection all up over here and there. That's good. We've got some convoy raiding up in this area, too. Actually, I don't know if we need the convoy raid up here. I'm going to take this off. We don't need any of our convoy raiders to patrol this sea. I don't think we need to patrol this sea either. Norway is not involved in anything, right? Yeah, no. Norway, Sweden, they're still neutral. We do want to... Oh, that's not even the rating. Because there could be some stuff here. I'm actually not sure. No, there's no reason for us to guard the Baltic. Sorry, I keep switching back into diplomatic mode to see where my opponents are. So yeah, we can take that off. Sorry, convoy raiding fleet, I'll take you down. You don't need to do the channel. I don't think you need the western approaches either, but it is possible. Like, they may try a naval invasion here. But, I mean, we'd respond in other ways. And there's other places they would be caught. So even if you're just doing this, especially with extra subs, so there's going to be lots of patrols going on through here, sort of slicing this in half. It also gives us mostly some naval supremacy over here so that we can, you know, get some more intel. Our subs can spot things. Even if they're not hunting down convoys, they might spot other things. I'd love to do more of the east coast of the US, but I think that would be a little risky right now. We will see. And then over here, this cape is very important as a bottleneck. We could potentially do more. Are these my supply lines? What are these? Am I trading here? Oh, I probably am. Probably importing some goodies from over here. We may then want to have our escorts. Yeah, but we don't really have, don't have range here. I'll add this there, but it won't really have the full coverage. Looks like we need maybe this province as well, because of where these supply routes go. And then everything up there. That's great. And then strike force-wise, they're complaining about probably not having enough range. Yeah, they're not close enough, so they can't really respond. So the question is, where is this fleet parked? Or this strike force? Yeah, you're parked. Oh, you're actually patrolling right now. Well, you're reinforcing, moving to naval base in Andalusia. Yeah, so actually, that's going to be great to have that as the... Can we see where you're moving? Oh, yeah, right here. And speaking of, though, naval base... Okay, you're already there, and you're in the list currently being worked on. Beautiful. The other thing we've got is we've got our naval base going to level 10 in Greenland. It actually went and queued up more infrastructure there. We're going to max out the infrastructure to full, because I think we really are going to want to launch here with a full army. Now, we could train some dedicated Marines, which might not be a terrible idea, just for the initial landing. But the thing is, while there's a lot of debuffs to, say, landing with, you know, some of our regular divisions, which actually could probably be mechanized at this point. Out of curiosity. Okay, let me remind myself. Infantry with artillery, it's leg infantry, a couple of line artillery, and a full suite of support. If we look at mechanized, yeah, it's the same equivalent, but faster, and of course you're going to have the hardness in here. Can we convert all of you guys to mechanized? No, we cannot. We have nowhere near enough mechanized in things. It is at the front of the queue. It is being built fairly quickly. We are going to start to be able to transfer some people over. I mean, it's not like we're out of manpower anymore, but the mechanized is still probably pretty good. We have unlocked Marines. It is 20 width. And so can we train you? Because I think we will try that. You've got all your support? You don't actually, because we probably didn't have enough of this. Recon company. Do we want the signal company for this? Or anti-tank? I think the signal company for this is going to be okay. Alright, there's the Marines. And we are, in fact, going to come down here. We're going to give them max priority. We're going to train as many of those as we can. And we'll have you pop out somewhere. What we might do... I might land in force in Quebec. So here's the thing. With terms to Canada, is there any way to find out what the total number of victory points are? You control 100%. Because here's the thing. We land in Quebec, for example. It's only worth 3 victory points. It's not much. But we rush down to Montreal, which is worth 20. Then Ottawa, which is worth 20. Then Toronto, which is worth 10. Those are the big victory point places in Canada. The thing is, what was it? It was 20, 20, and 10. So 50 victory points. How much is that percentage-wise? And how much do we also need for Canada? Capitulate when it has 20% or less. So we need 80% of the total victory points in all of Canada. There's a 5er over there, a 3 over there. Vancouver's worth 15. That might... Because what I want is an incredibly rapid capitulation in Canada. Because we're also going to start to fight the U.S. The U.S. is in a different faction, but we're also in a war with them. So because of common enemies, they will go and work together. It's a good chance Quebec, that the U.S. isn't actually helping defend the Canadian borders right now. But once we land, things will change pretty dramatically. So my hope was to use our fast-moving units to land in Quebec and then just rip down along the waterfront here to Montreal, Ottawa, Toronto. Just take that instantly and hope that's enough to GG out Canada. But now I'm not sure that that will be. I mean, just 50 to 15. I mean, math is hard, but 20% would be 10, right? Yeah. So just by holding Vancouver, that's not going to be enough to capitulate Canada. It's possible there's a few more victory points we can grab here and there. Yeah, 3 points in Nova Scotia. Oh, man. Yeah, they might not capitulate until Vancouver goes down. Because they really don't want to, like, face the entire might of the United States directly. I'm seriously wondering if I should just help out in the east over here and just help the Soviets free up some stuff. But frankly, there probably isn't going to be enough supply for me to go and do some assistance here. All right, you're just standing by where? In Greenland? Yeah, let's take a look at the air situation here. We do not have air superiority over the Labrador Sea, so let's get some more planes going on. Well, okay, So we've got our fighters, we've got that. This airport still only supports 200, but the fact of the matter is we are building airports over here, right? We're going to get a max level. Yeah, so we're just going to add more air wings into that. That's going to be okay. We're getting some sea battles here, sinking some American convoys. All right. And that's, without me looking, I keep dismissing the convoy raider battle results, so we're probably getting a lot more of that like that. I'm just checking the ones where it's a real naval battle where, you know, more important shots may have been fired. Although oftentimes it's still just a convoy thing, some convoys get sunk, and then maybe an enemy destroyer shows up, and then our guys have got a GG. But that still counts as a battle. Strike Force, you're reinforcing. Let's say you're reinforcing with squad. Oh, is the squadron spotted something? Oh, that's what's happening. Yeah, these submarines here, I think that's what's going on. Have spotted some guys. Spotted some convoys. The convoys are running, the submarines are running. Destroyers have arrived, but now our strike force is here. Sinking 6 Canadian destroyers. That's got to be a fairly significant portion of their navy. That's convoys. Military, yeah, so 25-ish to 30. Somewhere around there. Ships left. It's probably mostly destroyers. Mm-hmm. All right. You have this reserve fleet. These are my patrols. Excellent. You need to be told to start doing... oh, you are on patrol duty. Ah, okay. So if you weren't damaged... Yeah, repairing, which is fine. You only engage at low risk, which is great. Repair priority is high, which is fine. No splitting off, which is also okay. Excellent. So yeah, you're going to help to spot some surface fleets. So you got that. Another combat report over here. Oh, no, that's the same one. I guess I hadn't dismissed that properly. I probably escaped instead of hitting OK. 12 American destroyers were sunk there at the same time. All right. I don't think we have to rush this. Especially if we can get some of the resistance here under control. Okay, lots of Soviet troops moving. I'm assuming they're still moving to the east here. Yeah, so they'll probably... You know what? The second I land over here is the second that the Soviets start moving a bunch of troops into North America. And honestly, I'm kind of happy with them focusing over here. And I'm kind of happy with just us getting some more mechanized equipment ready to go to upgrade things. How's our trade situation? Mostly short on tungsten? No, not much as a percentage of what we're doing, so that's kind of okay. Strike Force over here is considered probably too far for now. Depends on where they park. Like, if they're parked over here, it's going to be okay. We'll leave these commands in here, because where the ships are is going to be okay. At some point, we could consider splitting into 2 separate strike forces. Like, maybe we don't have to move the entire fleet to go and bop a few destroyers. But there's no guarantee that it's only going to be destroyers at some point. All right, someone else might show up. So I kind of like having our Doom stack. Oh, we did lose a sub there. And this fleet here, medium risk, medium repair priority. I think that's fine. We could consider doing the auto split, but I don't think so. All right, airport. There you go. You've got some more room, which is lovely. So our fighters here, we do have air superiority over this now. Bring you up to that. We'll bring you up to 200. But then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to split this guy in half. And half again. I'm going to have some people just monitor Greenland. Yeah, we have no reach. In fact, we barely have any reach over there. This other smaller stack, I'm going to get you to do the Denmark Straits. Just because I want a little bit more information around Greenland itself. Another potential naval battle. No. It'd be nice if clicking this actually opened the naval battle pop-up instead of doing that and then clicking here. You know what I mean? Maybe there's a button. Maybe there's a modifier. I'll check again. It's possible. So yeah, we have a few units sitting here just to guard the coast. I can get some cold weather acclimation, which might be useful. Then you guys are over here, also just trying to bring down a little bit of the rebellion that's been plaguing France. Yeah, which is now okay, although there's still rebellion in other places. Can we pop out, not the Marines, but these guys? No, they don't have enough experience yet. What you need to do is probably go and just crunch this up together, and yeah, we're just going to be checking to see if that bouton there is lit up, because we don't care how much experience they have for MP duty. As far as I know, I don't think they've ever changed something to make the military police work better with higher experience. We've got stub snorkels, and that's good. We should probably get the next level of it as well. Do we want to spend XP? Yeah, you know what? And I think we're going to keep getting naval experience fairly well here. Because we keep getting a lot of little naval encounters. And that's lovely. Yeah, task forces are trying to chase some people down. More convoy rating is a go. Soviets. All right, we're seeing some green lights, although it's defensive. It'll be nice to see if the Soviets can start a push. Are there troops? Are they moving west? It certainly looks like there's some things crawling west. Where are you going? Are you going to Finland? Do you have a CB against them? You're certainly getting on Finland's border. You gotta win your war against Japan. Don't make me do everything, for crying out loud. I don't have that much. I'm only Italy. All right, I've got quite a bit of territory. Although right now with our occupation rules, it's not. We're not getting much from it. So we still have the resistance suppression, which we probably need. I'd love to cancel it and just accrue more, more political power, but I think we need the anti-resistance right now because we're still having massive problems with unrest. So we'll just do this, and this will be ready to pop out at some point. Yeah, and I don't want to bring these out sooner than they have to. Unless they just get stuck missing like one little random piece of equipment, but no, mostly they're just going to be super green right now, and that would be very poor. See, you're still getting lots of sabotage over here, which is annoying. Decision, oh, improve working conditions. Yes, I'm going to run that. This might be the last time I run it, though, because it's going to get our stability a little higher. Yeah, that's going to be really nice. Okay, we've got some potential... Ooh, there we go. Trash some more American destroyers. That being said, they can probably rebuild them way, way, way too fast. Are this... Where are you going? Are they doing an invasion? Dude, deal with Japan! With Japan! Oh my god. Yeah, so we're just doing some more things here. We're doing pretty good trade interdiction, and if they are trying to do anything overseas, I mean, if I had any bases over here, I could do massive interdiction against Japan. We'd probably be okay. Especially if we keep grabbing... what is our doctrine status, actually? Over here, I was going to say, we've got all the sub ones, right? And then we're doing some convoy sailings, which will probably be useful. These guys are here. I'm wondering about splitting... Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to split you in two. They're both on strike force duties. Yeah. They both probably have to do some repairs. Moving. Docked. Yes. I hope... Yeah. I mean, I'll go ahead and keep doing the thing where we literally, like... Every single one of our factories can be used for repair. Shitballs! They did land there! Now, there's no straight crossing, as far as I know, off of Newfoundland.
Formazione. Pronto, signore.
Actually, I don't think we want that much, because I think there'll be supply issues. Alright, 11 divisions of infantry. We're going to get you over here. Most likely, this will be taken by the time we get there. We want to make sure to prevent the counterattack. We can also grab this little island here. That will give us a very good air base. Again, I'm still fine with being very patient with this invasion. We're not going for a speed run. We're not trying to impress anyone. It's okay. We should be able to get there safely, which is nice. Yeah, you're doing interception, and you're repairing. There we go, which is fine. So yeah, by doing this, there's a greater chance that our strike forces can retain activity. We still have medium risks. They shouldn't seek out a fleet that's too big. Yeah, so we lost the fleet wherever that engagement was. What we probably want to do is park one of these somewhere else. Like, move to the naval base. Hang on, pause. Click to select. Control click to toggle repair status. Right click moves, right click. Yeah, we're not going to cancel a mission, but yeah, move to the naval base in Greenland. Are they going to do another one? There's no way that ends well. Hey, there you go, some NPs. Boom, go. Alright, up to 115. I think it still needed 120, but things might change. So you landed and then abandoned this area. is actually what the Soviets just did. But why? More, because that's just more dig in. We actually might want the initiative to be brought up a notch. Let me see here. If we're going to use Marines, these are pretty good bumps. We've got, I made sure to grab, like, all the invasion tech, right? Or is it? Yeah, we've got that maxed out, which is good. I mean, we want the better guns and everything, too. But I know, but the thing we need right now is we need our land forces to be as effective as possible. The ones that are doing continuous fighting. So you guys are on your way. We'll take that. The problem is, if the Soviets control it, I won't be able to build up. I don't know if I can, like, ask them for it. Ask for control of state, but they're not interested because I have way too much. It's not fully the reason, but in my head, that certainly makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you're just docked and waiting to go. I mean, you still have your mission, right? I didn't screw that up. Or did I? No, these are the ones who are repairing. Yeah, you do have your Strike Force mission, and then you do as well. Yeah, okay. So you're just waiting for a contact. That's fine. A little bit over here. Oh, there's still some Soviet troops. Did they land here? I think they did. Wait, and then they're leaving? I don't understand what's happening. How could you leave? There's no naval base here. How could you land here and then take off? Does the AI got to cheat for that? I'm so confused!
Si, signore.
I mean, there's probably just something I'm missing, but... Alright, just Canadian ships. There's no one... Not looking like anyone's intercepting anything. Convoy sailing. We've got the speed boost for these. We may as well just go and finish them off. That's fine.
Ordini.
And they land here, and then they're taken off... I don't understand what's happening.
Attento.
Yeah, as long as they arrive, my guys arrive here, we're going to be okay. 1,600 strong naval base. Or, yeah, air base. That's pretty good. Let's get some naval bombers. I don't think it matters, but... something like that. Because I think they'll upgrade the wing to the best given time. What was it? 1,200? 1,600. So, I mean, thousands as much as we can put in wing, but that seems kind of okay. We'll send you guys into the sea to do that. And then with the extra 200 that's left over, do that. Grow to 200. You're going to patrol Eastern Canada here. Eastern Canada air zone, which is fairly large. This is all one giant air zone. Yeah, alright.
Pronto.
And yeah, so... I don't know what they were doing, but sure. So, you have no orders, which is fine. I'm just going to tell you to be garrison over here. So, you'll spread out over here and hold on to it. But yeah, that's not bad. How's our mechanized? It's getting there. And yeah, that's probably going to be our go time. Not enough supply over here. Being choked by the naval base, which isn't being built.
Attento.
Wait a minute. Did I really put that many people in here? I did. There's definitely not enough supply coming in. What are we doing over here? There's not enough there either. Yeah, I can't queue up no matter what it says. And yeah, there's just not enough naval base for a real presence of anything here. Leaving some garrisons to make sure we don't re-lose this, because holding this airbase is good. Hell, the airbase is probably eating too much. It might be time to plan some invasions, just on the basis that timing is feeling kind of bad.
Formazione.
Although, don't we want these things to start popping up first? Kinda, sorta. Now, you have all your stuff. Yeah, a few more waves of that is probably good. That being said, the longer we wait, the more the American industrial might is starting to come into its own. That's not the button I want. This is the button I want. There we go. No red, only yellow. A little bit of red over there. How are you feeling now in terms of number? Yeah, 96 divisions. Yeah, so it's going down. So, oops. Click. We're going to add some over here. Now, there's not currently any arrest over here, but there might be at some point. But more importantly, I'm just drawing a kind of contiguous line over here. So we may as well throw some of that down. As the unrest situation gets better, they'll move around. The other thing we could consider, and yeah, there's too many guys here, but that's fine, is I could drop the focus for a little while. Okay, we've got full snorkelage. I should probably get the armor scheme. Yeah, let's spend the points as well for a next tier of cruisers.
Ordini?
Yeah, you have a point of XP, but it's a lie. 8,000, only 2,000 available. I mean, I can start switching some small groups, which we will do. Like that. And then probably have to retrain you. And the attrition doesn't cost us manpower, it just costs us equipment. Still kind of annoying, but yeah, I think I have to turn this on. These tank divisions as well will need the XP. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run half of these guys. I'm going to send them back into Messe's army. Actually, I'm going to, like, bring you down to just, like, 4 dudes over here to guard this. And you won't be exercising. Because you might actually get navally invaded. Invaded through your naval. Yeah, so you guys are over there, which is fine and okay and groovy. Take a look at the aerial map mode. Oh, what's happening in the Middle East? That's interesting. I'll tell you what, let's throw some planes in over here. Hell, they could be older fighters. I guess I've deployed most of my fighters. What we'll do is we'll get this ready to be like... I mean, we don't need much. I don't know, 20. If we start getting some fighters, set them over here. You're going to do that and that, just to keep an eye on things. Thank you very much. Go for the training. Go for the phone alert. Okay. Alright, I think this is a fine place for us to put in a cut. I feel a little bad nothing, you know, no grand invasion is happening. Apparently the Soviets are beating us to this, but this is not terribly meaningful. There's a naval base here, although it's, yeah, just a level 1. Canada is guarding here. Although we'll probably be able to punch through. We got our Marines being built too, and they are higher priority for things, but we're just having to wait for training time right now. And we do have the 10% penalty to training time because of our conscription laws. Yeah. MPs are moving around a little, which is fine. These guys here are retraining up, which is also fine. Hey, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go and get you guys set to be mechanized right away. I know you don't have enough equipment, but take what you can and then retrain up as well. Because you lose equipment as things get moved around. This is a lie, right? Yeah. You have the XP, but not the individual skills, which is fine. So, mechanized. Still making plenty. Mongolia's capitulated. Alright. I really didn't want to be sending anything over to the Japanese front. What are you doing with all your... There's probably just not enough supply. That's why they're not... Some of the units aren't moving forward. So me sending troops there will not help. Not a lick. Recon Company 2 is done. Anything else we want to get before we keep going down the recon companies? Because recon companies will help Marines as well. Now, at some point, and maybe now, we do have to start... I think we have to get to modern tanks, and probably we need to make our own. And this is the shortest path to get there. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. Some troops did pop in. That's great. We'll just add you to one of the armies in training. Probably a few more are going to be ready to go soon. Okay, well, we'll put a cut in here. So we're going to keep sort of upgrading our army. Doing a little bit of training as well to bring our, you know, to use a little bit more of our manpower. Mostly, it's about elevating the army we've already got, and mostly the bottleneck for that is the mechanized. Now, we have so much of everything else. The infantry equipment, I think we still, this is the latest here, and we do actually have some stockpiled, so we can cut back on that too. Okay, let me do something like that. The motorized we still need right now. Support equipment... 25k to spare, and most of our divisions have the newest version at this point. I'm going to bring that down somewhere there. We have enough tanks, and in fact, we're not... So, all of our new tanks we're building have been assigned. Yeah, we can bring this way down, especially if we're thinking about going to modern. I'll leave 5 factories on there. That's okay. Trickle transport planes, of which we don't have any yet, but, I mean, they're going to start to come in now. Some infantry... We may be able to bring this down a little. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you down below the fighters. Interesting. You keep your production efficiency. Because I guess the number of factories haven't changed, even though you're using the damaged ones. Because in really, they're different factories, so they should, in a sense, lose their efficiency, but whatever, I'll take it. And then, yeah, let's start building up some fighters again, because we don't have any in storage right now. And thank you, phone. All right, I do have to put a cut into this video, so let's do that now. Just a bunch of convoy raids, no real naval battles to speak of, some things being tracked down, and yeah, Newfoundland is controlled by the Soviets. Is there a weird different color over here? Oh no, it just must be weather. It's frosty, but you see it's different color because the Soviets are nearly the Canadian color. So I was like, did they take over all of like Nova Scotia and New Brunswick too and bits of Quebec? But no, not yet. All right, we'll call that there. Hopefully the Soviets can handle Japan while we work on Canada, and mostly really what it means is fighting the United States, which is a little terrifying. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.